For this week's Smith Business Close-Up, we're on location at the University of Maryland's Robert H. Smith School of Business. And joining us are Joe Bailey, Research Associate Professor in the Department of Decisions, Operations, and Information Technologies, and Praneet Pupala, who is a sophomore at the Smith School. Thanks to both of you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
You were both involved in a competition with IBM. What was it about?
So it was really a great opportunity for our students in the Quest program here to work with some talented folks from IBM.
And the Quest program?
The Quest program is an undergraduate honors program here at the University of Maryland. It stands for Quality Enhancement Systems and Teams. And these are some of the very best undergraduates that we have here in the University of Maryland in engineering, business, and science. So Praneet's actually in that program.
No pressure, Praneet. So tell us about what you did.
Yeah, so our challenge that we were faced with was using IBM's Watson for new applications in new and innovative ways. And the idea that we came up with was an application for Home Depot and for customers looking to do do-it-yourself projects. So what we envisioned is an application that a customer could ask a question like, my refrigerator isn't working, or I'm looking to install a ceiling fan. And then the application would return a list of steps that the user can follow to go about doing his project, and also the tools and the materials he or she would need, and then the user could order the materials right then and there from the application and also go through the steps to install it themselves. What
did you think of the Watson? Everybody remembers it from Jeopardy.
Yeah.
How is it at not things other than playing Jeopardy?
It's honestly incredible. Like, that's the first word that comes to mind when I think about it. It's so fascinating. Like, you always hear the big talk about big data coming up and how that's the big hype these days. But how Watson actually uses that and can understand all that big data and then mine that and then actually learn from that data for future inquiries and like get better as you use it I think was the most fascinating part. And all the applications that are possible with Watson was really cool to see, and like we learned about how Watson works, and that was just fascinating when we got those two little talks from the IBM engineers that were there that day.
And I think one of the fun things, Jeff, about what Praneet and his team did was the Watson technology, as cool as it was, is Praneet and his team kind of understood what it meant and then looked for new applications. So the application of looking at Home Depot, again, there's really talented people at Home Depot who can answer your question, but imagine being able to mine all the data that's out there on all the blogs and the do-it-yourself websites to go ahead and help augment what the people in the store already know. And to have that, and to not only capture then the answer, but to capture the question. And so that way Home Depot can use that data to help understand what customers are coming into the store for and use it to better design their stores or the products that are on their shelves.
Figure out what they need, what they actually wound up buying.
That's right.
What were some of the other ideas that the teams came up with?
Oh, well, it was great. We actually had 7 teams compete, and the top 3 winners, we had Praneet and his team that won first place. Our second place team was actually looking at an application for ESPN potentially, where you would be able to go ahead and leverage Watson to go ahead and mine data about sports and statistics and the blogs that are written about your favorite sports teams or players. And the third one was looking at the EPA, so in the federal government space, trying to figure out ways in which individuals or companies can do more energy compliance with all the policies and procedures.
I want to ask the educational angle of this, but from both of your perspectives. As a student, as a professor, what do you get out of an exercise like this?
I think there's a couple things. First of all, the multidisciplinary perspective. I know that's what Quest is all about, and I really enjoy that, but doing a project with that in such a short time, the case was presented to us on Friday night or Friday evening, and we had to have our final deliverables by Sunday morning. And just working on that rapid time frame and then like getting used to a new team, becoming used to them, working with them, figuring out all your challenges of like working in a group and then getting your idea out was a great educational experience, and also an experience that you can take forward to wherever we decide to go, whatever career we go in. It's something you'll always be working in teams, you're always going to be meeting new people and working with different perspectives. And doing that was just awesome, and just a practical experience of that was really helpful.
Not like sitting in a lecture hall.
No, much different from that.
Yeah.
Well, and I think from a faculty member's perspective, it's nice to be able to bring in thought leadership from outside. And I think we do that really well here at the Smith School, where we can bring in outside companies like an IBM and get them to participate in the education of our students. And for them to be able to set up kind of this situation, not unlike a hackathon, where the students are asked to create in very short time spans and deliver a product. I mean, if you can get students to create and get them to want to learn, that's the best way as an educator to go ahead and then intervene and say, all right, this is a great opportunity to teach them something new that they may not know, whether it's a process, whether it's a technology, or sometimes just how to work better as a team.
And I think going off of that, on Saturday, we had office hours with some of the professors and some of the IBM engineers. And I think that was really helpful because we went to one of the IBM engineers that was here, and he really walked us through how Watson works and what its capabilities are, because we had to understand what its limitations were as well, not just all the good things about it, but what are its limits. And also we got to talk to a professor from the engineering school, Professor Barua, who has his own startup, and he talked to us about crafting a pitch, like what kind of details should we focus on when we're delivering a presentation on a new product or a new tool that we want to design. And I think as much as it helped us win or for this specific case, going forward, that's something we can always keep in mind whenever we decide to make a new presentation or work on a new tool. It's something we should always keep in the back of our heads.
Very good. Praneet Pupala and Joe Bailey, thanks to both of you for being with us.
Thanks for having us.